Hey, welcome to the Smelly Tele. Today we're going to learn how to play Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me continue to make more guitar lesson videos for you. That's enough talking. Let's go play some guitar. Okay, Bad Moon Rising. John Fogerty turns his guitar down to D standard tuning, so that just means every single note is going to be one whole step down for this song. So we have D, we have G, we have C, F, then we have A, and a D. First chord we're going to want to know is for the introduction. It is the E chord, which is at the 7th fret of the guitar. That's just your first finger barring all the notes on the 7th fret. You're going to take your second finger, get the 9th fret of the D string. Third finger gets the 9th fret of the G. Fourth finger gets the 9th fret of the B. And then your high E string is played by the bar on the 7th fret. Then you have another bar chord, which is on the 7th fret of the E string. This is your B chord. And that's your first finger, barring the 7th fret. Your third finger gets the 9th fret of the A. Fourth finger gets the 9th fret of the D. Second finger gets the 8th fret of the G. And then your 7th and 7th fret on the B and E string are picked up by the bar. Then you're also going to need to know an A bar chord, which is just the first finger going all the way across the 5th fret on your guitar. And then you take your third finger, get the 7th fret of the A, and then you get the 7th fret of the D with your 4th finger, 6th fret of the G with your 2nd finger, and then the 5th fret on the B and the E are picked up by the bar. And you have a regular E chord. That's just the open E, 2nd fret, and played by the 2nd finger. Third finger's got the 2nd fret on the D string. First finger has got the 1st fret of the G string, and then you have the open B, and then an open E. You're also going to need to know a B7 chord. So you got your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A, first finger on the 1st fret of the D, third finger on the 2nd fret of the G, open B, and your 4th finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. And you're also going to need to know an A chord, open A chord. And it's going to be easier for you if you play it this way, using the bottom half of your left hand instead of the standard way, where you start with your first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. So the way we want to play this A chord today is you take your 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the D string, third finger's got the 2nd fret of the G, fourth finger's got the 2nd fret of the D, and then you play your open A and open E string. And we're back to D. Okay, and the intro to this song sounds like this. Okay, and to play that, it's just your E bar chord on the 7th fret twice. Then we do 2 quick strums, kind of up, down like that. Then you do the lower notes of your B chord, which is the 7th fret of the E and the 9th fret of the A. This isn't supposed to be very specific. 7th fret and 9th fret are, just rough places to hit that. But the idea is you want to play the low note of the chord and then the rest of the chord. Then you go down to the 5th fret for the A chord. Same thing, you're playing the low notes and then the high notes of the chord. And then you're down to your E chord. And you can play the open E and then strum the rest of the chord. Then you're going to do 3 strums and watch the B string here. The B string on these strums is going to be open. Pinky finger is going to get the 2nd fret, and then it's going to go open again. So strum 1 is open B, strum 2 is 2nd fret B, strum 3 is open B. So here are the strums. Then you're going to play 2 strums, and the strum is an open B with the 2nd strum being the 2nd fret of the B. So these strums are, and then the E chord, open B, and then the E chord with the 2nd fret of the B down. So it's kind of a lot of open B, 2nd fret B, open B. But let's kind of take it from the top, and you'll see how those strums fit into the song here. So nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Let's see if we can go even slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then John Fogerty's going to sing I See a Bad Moon Horizon, and here we're just going to be playing the bass of the chord and then the after strum kind of on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1. And all I'm doing there is I'm hitting the low E and the 2nd fret of the A string, and it's not meant to be specific. You can just hit that low E if you want. That's fine, or you can hit the low E and the 2nd fret. Those bass notes that we play before we strum out the rest of the chord gets played together with the bass guitar in the song, so it's a little bit difficult to hear, which is why I say it's not too important that you get it exactly right. So he sings I see, then you go to your B7 chord, you play the root note of that, the 2nd fret of the A, a bad, strum the chord, then you go down to your A chord, moon, and you play the rest of the A chord. So notice on bad and moon we play the bass note, strum the chord. On moon it's the bass note, your open A, strum the chord. And then back to the E chord, and we're going to play the same thing we did on the intro, Risin'. And that pattern is going to repeat 4 times. So we're going to go E chord, B7, A, and then E chord. Let's kind of take it from the top here. I'll start off with the first IC, and then we'll play through all of these. And when we get to the chorus, don't go around tonight. We'll stop, and we'll look at the chorus. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a bad moon horizon. Third time. Fourth time. Then we're into the chorus, and the chorus is the same strumming pattern as the verse, where all we want to do when we hit this first A chord is just hit the bass note first and then strum out your chord. Then we go back to our E chord, and this is the E chord strumming pattern, same thing that we learned in the intro and the verses. Then we go to the B7 for There's a Bad Moon on the Rise. Then we go to the A chord, Bad Moon on the... Back to the E chord, same pattern. In the second verse of the song, you're going to hear this lick change just a little bit. So it starts off the same, sounds like this. B7, A. Now it's going to change. Okay, so that part where the E chord changes, you just hit the low E, then strum the chord. Then you use your pinky finger to play the 2nd fret of the B string. Open G, hammer on the 1st fret. Open E string, 2nd fret of the B, open E, Then the open G again and hammer on your first fret. And that's going to repeat throughout this whole verse until the very last measure before the chorus, where we go back to the original strumming. Okay, let's take this together from the top of the second verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear hurricanes are blowing. Third time. Last time, play the same E riff that we've been doing for the first verse. Okay, now we're into the next chorus. E. B7, A, E. Then we stop here for the guitar solo. Guitar solo sounds like this. All right, and to play that, we're just sliding up into another E-shaped chord. We did not review this at the beginning, so I'll just tell you how to play this chord. You're sliding up to the 6th fret of the D string, 4th fret of the G, 5th fret of the B, and the 4th fret of the E. You'll notice I kind of use my first finger to bar these 4 notes. So we're sliding up to that. We're going to play it twice when we reach there. 1, 2. And then we do 1 backstroke. Then we play the 4th fret on the D string, G string, and B string. Drop that whole shape down to the 2nd fret. 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G, 2nd fret B. And then the kind of Nashville country kind of sound and lick here that we learned for the 2nd verse. So open E, strum the chord, 2nd fret of the B, open G, hammer on the 1st fret, open E, 2nd fret of the B. Then we're going to slide back into this chord. That was the 6th fret of your D, the 4th fret of your G, 5th fret of your B, and the 4th fret of the E. And we're going to play that chord twice, and then back pick it once. Play the 4th fret of the D, G, and B string again. Then you're going to go up and play a partial of the A chord, the A bar chord. Your 3rd finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the D string. 2nd finger's on the 6th fret of the G string. 5th finger is getting the B and the E string. And those are on the 5th fret. And when you get to this chord, you play it 1 time. Back to your E-shaped chord, which is the 6th fret D, 4th fret G, 5th fret B, 4th fret E. Then there's this little lick here. You play the 4th fret of the E string, 5th fret of the B string, 7th fret of the E string, 4th fret of the E string. Then we go up to the A chord. It's a partial. You want to get the 7th fret of the D, 6th fret of the G, 5th fret of the B. Then you're going to put your pinky finger on the 7th fret of the B. Then you want to play the A chord again and get the 5th fret of the E string in there now. Add the 7th fret of your B string again. Back down to the 5th fret of the B. up to the 7th fret of the B. So that little part is A chord, 7, 6, 5. Add your 7th fret of the B. Add the 5th fret of the high E twice. B string, 7th fret. 5th fret B string. 7th fret B string. Then we're back to our E-shaped chord. So you're going to play it one time. Play it 3 times, and on the second one, the middle strum, you're going to put your pinky finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Then you're going to play it 2 times, and your pinky finger is going to play the second strum on the 6th string. So E chord, pinky finger, 6th string on the G, back down to the 4th fret, up to the 6th fret. Then we go to the B-shaped chord, and we're playing a partial of the bar chord again. We're just starting on the 9th fret of the D string, 8th fret of the G, then we got the 7th B, 7th E. So that's your first strum. Then you're going to add the 9th fret on the B string. Pull your pinky finger off, so the 7th fret of the B string is being played now. Then go down to the A partial bar chord, starting at the 7th fret of your D string. And you're going to strum it one time. Add the 7th fret of the B. Take that pinky finger off, so you play the 5th fret of the B. Then you go down to your E chord. Then you're going to strum 3 times, and the first one is a regular E. The second one, you're adding the 2nd fret of your B string. Third one, you're trying to accent the high E open string. You're going to play that again, open B string on this first strum, add the 2nd fret of the B, try and accent the high E. Then 3 more strums. First one's open B, 2nd fret down on the B string, open B string. Then you're going to play it twice, 2 more strums, an open B string, and then the 2nd fret of the B string. Now let's take the guitar solo nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're into the last verse of the song. It's pretty much the same as the second verse, except that instead of playing the riff like this at the end of the verse before we go to the chorus, the E chord, we're not going to play the typical E chord, which is... We're going to play that Nashville kind of sounding lick. Okay, so from the top of the third verse, 2, 3, 4. Hope you Nashville lick. Fourth time. Nashville lick again. A. Now we're in the last chorus. E to a B7. Play the E chord. Back to your A chord. To an E chord. A B7. And the last E is very similar. It sounds like this. And that last little riff at the end of the song with the E chord is just a down strum. Strum up, hammer on the second fret of the B string. Then you strum down, strum up and down. On the upstroke, the B string is going to be open. On the downstroke, you're going to put down the second fret of the B string. Then you just strum down, regular E chord, B string open. And that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's these two little bonus licks that sound like this. Don't go around tonight. It's bound to take your life. And that's real easy. It's just the 12th fret of your high E string, then the 9th fret of the high E string. And then when you go back to the E chord, you're going to go 4th fret high E, 5th fret B string, 7th fret of the high E, back to the 4th fret. So those again, 2, 3, 4. Don't go around tonight. It's bound to take your life. And that's pretty much all the parts for Bad Moon Rising.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,